Well, time to change the water pump on this motor's 3406C's 5EK. Right now, draining the water out of it. Of course, got to do that in the bucket there. So that's the number one thing to do. And then I have to take this bracket off because I'm going to have to take this off. This is the water pump. You have to take off. Plus, you got to take these bolts around through there off. I might take my alternator off if I have a hard time trying to move the bracket out of the way. Of course, I'm going to take that off, put it on the new one. That was on here when I bought it, so it's just another drain. And then this is just some water heater. So I'll probably take it off right here, pop that off, and then unscrew that, and then that way unscrew that. Thermostat housing, this only has one. That hose, not sure. I might be able to get it without the thermostat house taking it off, but if I might have to take it off, I don't know. I want to go ahead and take this out of my way. And then you have a pipe, that hose there. It goes to the bottom radiator hose. I'll have to take that off. And I think that's about it. Just getting everything off right now is the key. So that's basically what I'm gonna have to do. So I'm gonna work on getting this bracket off while this is draining. I don't have a stand to put my phone on, so I can't really film. I can't work with one hand. I ain't that talented. But I don't know. I might go ahead and take this alternator off and then take the bracket off. Might be a lot easier doing it that way and just not hang that alternator up here. So I'm gonna get to work trying to work on this bracket while it's draining. Well, it got dark on me, but anyhow, got the alternator off, set it up there. I take thermostat housing off. Took the air there, the air tube there for breather to the turbo there. Take that off. Got it cracked open. Took all my bolts and I just left them because that's front cover there, and I don't have to take them off. But had this hose right here that connects to right there, which goes to your reservoir, and then that small hose that connect to my thermostat housing. Took that off the bracket, which is right there. That hose alternator on. It's pretty much straightforward. I got these two bolts out to my oil cooler. Once I get my water pump out, I can take that off, and I got the seal and gasket for that already. But like I said, it's pretty much straightforward. Just look, see what you got to take off. This is a 3406E, so one single turbo. It's a little bit less stuff to take off. A-shirt with the compound turbos, turbo and compound turbo, you got to take a lot more stuff off. But anyhow, so far I got it pried out, so I'm gonna try to get it all the way out and match it up this water pump, make sure they gave me the right one, and go from there. So if I could advise what I would do, instead of taking these bolts, you can take most of them loose, but leave one or two, so the water pump is still sealed to the front cover. I had to take the backing plate for the deal that bolts up to the backing plate and take it off so I could get my oil cooler tube off. Look at there. Don't look good. It was crud in it. I want to get that cleaned up. The honeycomb. But anyhow, so it just made it easier to get them two pieces off. Now, loosen up this bolt. I should have plenty of room to get the water pump off. Alright, got it off. Still got the backing plate on it, but I got a new one. I want to make sure it matches up to it. Should come with the O-ring with it. It's a PAI. You guys want to know these numbers, just, you know, check with your cat dealer, get the engine serial number. And I got this from Fleet Pride, but that's the number for the backing plate that they gave me. Here's another number right here. I hadn't opened it up, make sure they gave me the right thing, but this right here, the number. This is a heavy power products duty, and this is the part number for the water pump. Hopefully they give me right one. Cat, I called them, they told me the 10R0483, so that's what they told me. Say it's pretty accurate. They come with gaskets. And this is the water pumps, so I'll match it up before I put it on. Make sure everything's good. Good to go. But thing looks good on it. Let's see this paper here. Everything looks like it the same. I'll finish matching it up and everything, and if I run into anything, I'll come back and let you guys know. But yeah, backing plate, since you got the bolts out, should be able to pop it off. Then I'll reuse this so I don't gotta take any of my fittings off, which is kind of nice. Only fitting I had to take off, of course, where's it at? This one right here. Which screwed into, you can see that, it's screwed into that end, and then of course I had that clamp right there. My clamp fell in the water, so when I drained it out, I got a big tote, plastic tote that I put my oil, and then I got one that put my coolant in, and I got a funnel I pour it in. That way, if anything's in the bucket, the funnel will catch it. So I probably have to drain it in there, and I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'm gonna finish a little bit here and try to finish it up tomorrow, hopefully before I have to. Me and my wife's anniversary tomorrow, so I told Dad 11 years ago today was the happiest I've been. was the happiest day 11 years ago, but I digress. Anyhow, I'm gonna try to do that. Clean the silicone up. I know you guys probably don't hear none of that, but get some of that stuff out of the honeycomb there in the oil cooler. gas pieces of silicone, basically. No metal, so I guess that's a good sign. But yeah, maybe happy around cooler. All right, not too cold, but just what it needs. There's the block number. I've been wanting to figure out what that block number is. Now I can. I gotta scrape it off, but anyhow. All right, I'll be back probably tomorrow morning. Film the rest, put it all back together on. But like I said, you take it apart. You just remember where everything goes. You film it, take pictures. Again, with all the part numbers they gave you, just check with your cat dealer. And then if you want to find it cheaper somewhere else, because I guarantee you can. A cat was, like I said, the water pump from Cat's over $800. This is in October 2024, and yeah, with a $600 something core charge. So if I went ahead and got it today without taking, which I know they gave me my core back, but still, $285 compared to $800 something. If that thing lasts me 2 years, should I be tickled crapless? So anyhow, we're gonna start cleaning some stuff up, and think I'm gonna paint that water pump black once I get it together, and I think it'll look pretty good like that. All right, that's a wrap for tonight. All right, we're back at it today. I got that pretty much cleaned up. Took my scraper, cleaned most stuff up. I might take that O-ring back out and clean it. I thought I had that cleaned up, but I got pretty tired last night, so maybe I missed that. But got that new O-ring in on the backing plate. I want to take that out and scrape that some more, wipe it down real good. My gasket on my thermostat housing, I'm gonna clean it up a little bit, but actually come off pretty clean. I cleaned that up. I mean, it don't look like it, but I'm gonna take a wire brush to it a little bit and clean it up some more. But main thing is getting things cleaned up nice. That way you have a good clean surface for your gaskets to go. And I'll probably, like, for this, I got a gasket, but I'm probably gonna put a little gasket maker around it, especially to hold it in place. And then I'll put a little bit of gasket maker around the house in there, thermostat housing. And I don't know if I'll put, somebody had some gasket maker around here. I might put a little bit around this backing plate, which that'll bolt up to the backing plate. And I'm gonna paint that. I got some lacquer thinner. I run out of, I don't got a can. I used to have a can to spray lacquer thinner where I can clean all my stuff and wipe it down and then paint it. But I usually have a bunch of brake cleaner, but I'm out, just run out, and I forgot to get any while I was at Fleet Pride yesterday. But anyhow, I got my gaskets from Cat, which one of the O-rings gonna go around this or bounce it to the oil cooler. But yeah, that's where we at. Just gonna finish cleaning stuff up, and then it'll be ready to assemble back together. I'm gonna go ahead and paint that. Once I put the backing plate on it, I go ahead and paint it, and that's where we at right now. But anyhow, this This is daylight, next day. And that's what it looks like when the water pump is out, if this is your first time doing it. Like I said, anybody can do it when it's got the right tools. It's not rocket science. But yeah, I want to clean all that out. That's where the water pump goes, and it goes right against the gear of the bull gear there. And that's what turns the water pump, and yeah, puts pressure through the system, so everything can go through the radiator, get cooled, and back in the engine and circulate. So all right, I'll be back, get all this cleaned up, paint, silicone some gaskets. So that's what I do. If y'all do it different, let me know. So what I've done here with this O-ring, I got some tire lube stuff so I don't expand your O-rings. If you put regular oil, it could make your O-ring expand and not seal properly. So I used the tire lube, and I just went around the O-ring there because it's gonna the backing this is on the backing plate, so that's gonna be, you know, turned around and fit on. I gotta get the right position. It's gonna fit like so. Just make sure you get it, and I think it's gonna fit just like that. So what I done was do, and I also put a little bit right here where it's gonna slide in, so it just makes it easier to slide in, and it hopefully won't roll the O-ring. And I'm gonna put a little bit of silicone just around here, just to make sure it's sealed. I'd hate to take it all the way back, put it together, and have to take it all the way off and it not, because it's leaking, you know. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm probably gonna put this on all my O-rings, this tire lube, including my mount that goes back on the oil cooler, that O-ring, the water pump O-ring, the big one, and I'll probably even where my water hose goes back on, my lower radiator hose on the mount, I'm gonna go ahead and put a lube on it before I put the hose slip right on. And put a little silicone, I'll clean that up, put a little silicone around there, which will attach to the back of the backing plate here. So just wanted to let y'all know that's what I'm gonna do as far as the O-rings. Like I said, it helps keep it from rolling the O-ring, and it just makes it easier. And the tire lube, it's not supposed to expand, swell the O-ring like regular oil, petroleum does. So you can use vegetable oil more than likely, but you know, always check with Cat. I'm sure they got their own lube out for the O-rings. That, you know, I don't know how much it costs, but anyhow, it's just, and you know, if you're working with Cummins, ask Cummins, whatever truck you're working with, but or engine manufacturer, check their preference and then go from there. Use your own judgment, but that's what I do. So I got my backing plate lined up. I still got a gap right there, as you can, let me back up here, as you can tell. So what I'm going to do now, I got my bolts right here, and this thing only had 3 bolts in it, I don't know if I got any more this size, but I got it lined up, so I'm just gonna run them down. Since I got it lined up, because I'm gonna take a rubber mallet and see if I can find a bolt. Yes, here. I don't know if I do or not. I got all kinds of stuff. Is this the right? Looks like it. Yep. Found the bolt. Can't believe I just up and happens to find a bolt that quick. Usually I'm over here looking and trying to find something, and I can't never find it. So I give up, and I go to the hardware store and buy it, and then eventually something shows up. But yeah, that'll work. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my wrench here, 9/16. I should be able to just screw it down and yep, just like so. That tire lube, man, that really helped. But just go a little bit on each side and it'll slowly go down. Hold it with my foot, keep from it turning. Like so. Once I get, I'm gonna put this water pump on after I paint it. Once I get it on, you can see it's nice and sealed. Once I get it on, I have my bolts going through on my front cover coming back through. I want to, I just got it snug right now. It's not to my liking of tighten, so I'm gonna do that. But first, I'm gonna take that O-ring out, stuff it with rags right here, and I'm gonna paint all this. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Just pops right out. Simple as that. So I'm gonna wipe it down with lacquer thinner, stuff the rag in here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and paint it while I do my other stuff, get that cleaned on up, and it should be dry because it's good and sunny out here. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Let's see, where's my rag at that I had? There it is. Just get it good and clean. Best I can. I mean, I don't know how good the paint's gonna hold up. The kind I got, I really don't got time to, worry about the paint. And I can always paint it later if it starts to peel off. But I really wish I had my spray can. I'm at my lacquer thickener can. And I really clean this thing up good, but I'll be right back. I'm gonna paint it. All right, got it painted. I'll put another coat on it, and whenever it dries, I'll try to keep it just like it's fish out a little bit. Didn't clean it all the way good. If I had lacquer thinner can, it would, but anyhow, it'll do for now. All right, got the job done. So anyhow, excuse me, what I'd recommend after doing this job on the cat, I done it one on Detroit, first one for me on the cat doing the water pump. What I would do is put the water pump on without the backing plate, then put the backing plate, seat it in, take your bolts off. And the reason why I say put your water pump on without the backing plate, because you're gonna have to match the teeth up with your bull gear, accessory drive, whatever you want to call it, the gear. I call it bull gear, because you want to be able to mess with the propeller to get it lined up or to slide in with the teeth. And then you can start tightening your bolts up on this side. And then put your backing plate on with your new O-ring. I used tire soap on my O-ring. It's, get it kind of started with your hand, then tighten your bolts up. Seat it, take your bolts out, and then what I would do is put this collar on. Whatever, I really don't know what you call it, but I'm gonna call it a collar for your oil cooler. It goes to your water pump, to your oil cooler. You got this O-ring right here. Be sure when you take the old O-ring off of this, that groove that O-ring sets in, that you clean it very, very good, and then wash it off. Put your O-ring on, your new one on. I put tire soap on all my stuff, on my O-rings on this job. So use whatever you feel comfortable with, or whatever Cat says. I'm sure they got something you can buy. And then I lubricated that up, slid that on, then put my bolts on, which I have put a new gasket on that to connect to the water pump. And then with the bolts out, after you seat your backing plate, then this piece that's connected to your, that connects to your thermostat housing, this back piece here with your fittings, you put that on, put your bolts in. Of course, I had this off, and then your thermostat housing, put that on, and with your hose, connect your hoses. And then I put this on last, and then I put the bracket on, then put my alternator on, tighten it, of course put coolant back in it. But I think that's all the pointers that I can tell you about that would make it go smoother if you're doing this job. So, and like I said, this is 3406C. If it's an ACERT motor, you'd have a lot more stuff you have to take off to get to it. Never worked on ACERT water pump, taking one off, but I seen a video. Guy had ACERT, and they just have to take a lot of stuff off on his. But anyhow, that's how I done the water pump on 3406C. This is 5EK. And yeah, everything's good. I put my coolant in it, topped it off, left the radiator cap off of the reservoir. crank my truck up, get it up to temperature, and then it should release the air. You might see some coolant, as you can see right here, it burped and from the reservoir, and it spilled over top of it, and hopefully got all the air out of it. So I put the cap back on and let it idle down and cool down and shut her off. But that's how I done it. Let me know if you guys do anything different. If you got a better way, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.